So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Zeno and I am a head boy, or what you American lot will call valedictorian. And today I'm going to be trying the American SATs, which is like a university entrance exam. So I think this is the same as like A-levels, but for Americans, not for British people. And it's scored out of 1,600, so it's like 800 for the maths and then 800 for the English. And I know my pronunciation is probably annoying a lot of the Americans right now, but I'm just going to get straight into it. Which makes the most sense? Stress that the biodiversity loss due to invasive species is... Okay, so I can delete my answers. For example, I think that because it's like preventable, because they're trying to say like you can stop it, right? 27, oh my god, there's so many questions. Is by no means blank to recognize the influence of the Dutch painter Hieronymus Bosch on something. Is no inspiration. That's substantial. They're trying to say like it's not enough, maybe. Honestly, I'm just flying through songs. Both Sona, an Indian American, and Donnell, an African American, grew up frustrated by the lack of diverse characters in the books for young people. In 2011, these two writers joined forces to find Cake Literary, a book packaging blank specializes in the... Okay, there's actual grammar rules in this? Oh wait, are the American grammar rules different to ours? Which most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to a competition goal. So he wants to present the conclusions. That doesn't tell me a conclusion. That's a conclusion. That doesn't tell me a conclusion. And that doesn't tell me a conclusion. So it's that. Emphasize the difference in the origin of the two words. Most effective information from the notes to complete goal. That talks about difference. Doesn't talk about difference. It's 19. That doesn't talk about difference. And that does not talk about difference. So that was the end of the first section, and I think it went pretty well. Like, it doesn't seem very hard. This is a very different to A-levels and stuff, where you're actually doing like working out and stuff. So to get into university with just some click box questions is pretty cool. But again, I don't think that's the only part. I think they look at some more stuff and gonna do section 2 now, which might be a bit harder. We'll see. In habitats with limited nutrients, certain fungi species grow in roots of trees. Oh, I've learned about this I remember I did biology like a few years ago, and like for GCSEs, like 2 years ago, and we spoke about this. And it reciprocates because it's handing it back. Art collectives like the United States and Vietnam-based collective The Propeller Group, or Cuba's Los Carpinteros, are groups of artists who agree to work together, perhaps for stylistic reasons or to advance certain shared political ideas or to help mitigate the cost of supply chains. Regardless of the reason, art collectives usually involve some sort of collaboration among the artists. Based on a recent series of interviews with various art collectives, an arts journalist claims that this can be difficult for artists who are often used to having sole control over their network. Which best interviews illustrates the claim? So people struggle to work together. Right. Sharing credit doesn't have anything to do with that. I don't think that talks about equality. Sometimes ours is... I feel like the top one is the only one that has some sort of logic. External forces are applied to common glass making energy boards often by mystical defects, and it says physics in this. Engineer uses the chemical blank to make a glassy solid. Okay, this is just a grammar question. So you're introducing the chemical compound aluminum oxide. Recently, engineer Erica Franco got Tampa University uses chemical compound. Where does the comma go? Chemical. I don't think it's this, because you can't just surround it. To make a glassy... That's like a running off sentence. So... But I do want to pause there. So I feel like it's compound aluminum. Was it compound aluminum oxide to, or is it compound aluminum oxide to make a glassy? I feel like that one makes more sense. The most diverse and wide-ranging an animal's behaviors, the larger and more energy demanding the animal's brain tends to be. From an evolutionary perspective, animals that form basic actions allocate future resources to maintain brain tissue. The specialized subtypes of ants within colonies find an opportunity to explore this hypothesis. Thus, the student wants to emphasize the duration and purpose of Cohen and Rodriguez's work, which most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to accomplish this goal. So we want to emphasize duration and purpose. This doesn't talk about duration. That talks about duration. Does it talk about purpose? Yes, it does. Emphasize the aim of the research study. Where does it talk about the aim? It talks about the aim here. That's the... Okay, cool. English section over. I've got like 30 minutes left on it. But onto the maths, I think. Let's get straight into it. This module is over. Why'd they call it modules? Interesting. Break time, practice. On test day. Oh, so they get you guys get a break? Americans get a break in between the exam. That's pretty cool. Like, it's a long exam, but like, for example, with A levels, I have a A-level computer science exam. I think it's like 2 hours straight, and it's not multiple choice. It's like writing questions. So that's nice to know that you guys get a break. I think I'd prefer to get a break in my exam. But I'm going to skip it. Why am I getting like, what is this maths? Frequency tables. There's 4 4s, 3 8s, and yeah, that makes sense. Which are the equivalent? Okay, so we have quadratics. I might need some paper. X4, 10, so it has to be 40 at the end. That gives me 40, that gives me 40, that gives me 40. So we want these to add up to 3. So that one adds up to 3, that one adds up to minus 3. What? Circle theory, circle theory, circle theory. Okay, if I draw the circle, it has circumference 144. QR is going to be a big angle, so it's going to be 72 over 3 times 2, which is 48. But how do I know the arc isn't that? Can I assume it's the shortest arc? Because it could be 96 makes sense, but I feel like when they say arc, they mean shortest arc. The solution to the given equation. So I need to draw a matrix. There is actual algebra in here. I wonder how they do it. Do they do matrices? -1, 28, 10 equals, and then I can just put that matrix in my calculator. I thought there was going to be like no real maths in here, but apparently there is. 7 minus 2, so we know that y is -2 because it wants y. So I don't know if that's going to show up, but essentially that's your coefficients, that's your values, and then that's x and y. I don't know if that's like taught. That's A-level further maths, but I don't know if that's assumed knowledge. In the xy plane, the lie intersects exactly 1 point. Okay, we do have some like actual maths. Nice. What is the value of c? So c over 2 equals -2x squared plus 9x minus 2x squared plus 9x minus c over 2 equals 0. And then we can just b squared minus 4ac. I'm hoping they know that formula. So 81 minus 4 minus 2 minus c over 2. The minus is delete, and we want this to equal 0. So we got 81 equals 4c. 81 over 4 equals c. And then let me just graph that. Let's actually see what, I think this is actually what they do. 2y equals 81 over 2, because I'm in time by 2. And then I'm going to say that minus 2x squared plus 9x. And in theory, they don't actually intersect. I've done something wrong. Nice. So when would it... What is the fucking peak of this line? If I do 81 over 4... Oh no, it is 81 over 4. I'm just stupid. Okay, I was right. I tried to change amounts, so it's just 81 over 4. Cool. But overall, like, if that's the university test to get into to like study maths, mate, I understand they have a liberal arts education, but what is that? Okay, section 2. I think this is where it's like meant to be hard maths. That's obvious. You just add all the x terms of them. So it has to be 92 because 82 over 90 is approximately like 92. For f of x, each increased value equals 27. What is this question? This is the first question I found confusing. Okay. For each increase by the value of x by c, where c is a positive constant, the value of f of x increases by a factor of 27. Which of the function of f of x is where c as a coefficient of x? What? So, f of x equals a, f of x plus c equals 27a, f of x plus 2c equals, what's 27 squared? 729a. That's what I understand. Which of the following equivalent forms of f of x displays 1 over c as a coefficient of x? I don't know. This is the first one I found weird. What is considered the coefficient? The 1 over... Wait, why is this actually confusing? There's this flag for review. Okay, I didn't think there was going to be some difficulty, but turns out there is. Which of the following points is... There's parametrics? Okay, there's parametrics. That's nice. Let's let x equal 1. That means that... Oh no, I don't want to do it like that, do I? Let me first see. Is it infinite solutions? I think it is, because otherwise you couldn't do it parametrically, right? Oh, it is just the same line. Does it go through 0, 0? 0, 2, 3, 3. Okay. 0. That means 0 is 7 over 3. So let's test that. So this is the only one where when x equals 0. And does that make sense? As r gets bigger... Ooh. Here's an interesting thing. Can't be that one. Can it? Because 7 over 2 doesn't make sense. Let's try... I feel like it has to be negative though. Like, as x gets bigger, y gets smaller. So... Let minus 3 over 2 r plus 7 over 2 equals 0. 7 equals 3r, 7 over 3 equals r. Cool. That makes sense. Does this one make sense? 0, 30, does 7, 30, 7, 35 doesn't exist on this line, does it? So it has to be that one. Ten and 20, ln and rt. Which additional pieces of information? Side, angle, side. Can you have... So we want an SAS triangle. So if we have MN and ST, I think that does it because you have two things and they both have... So you have two sides and angles, just the SAS case. Let's go back to question 8. This is that weird question. I feel like you want 3 to the power of 3, don't you? But none of them have that either. But 27 can be written as 3 to 3, can't it? I'm just going to shoot something and just go with it. I think overall it's gone well. See my mark? I don't know, does it tell me? Like, while I wait for my marks to get done, overall, I think pretty easy looking test, but I might be deceived. I think I got like, I don't know if it tells you percentage, it tells you like a score. So view my score. So I made my answer, like my score pop up now. I got 1,460. Okay, cool. Score details. What did I mess up? Okay, cool. I made a few stupid mistakes. This is interesting though. It actually shows you where you're making mistakes. But overall, I mean, I think it went pretty well. Like, I'm happy with it. I got the triangle question wrong. I think that was like my only main mistake. So, cool. Overall, do I think that the SATs are easier than A-levels? Yes. Like, American kids can't complain. But I kind of get it. I think it's because they have the whole liberal arts education where they have more diverse studies and stuff. Pretty cool though. So that was like valedictorian / head boy, British, tries the American SATs. I'd love to see for all of my American friends to try my A-levels. Try A-level further maths. You're going to cry. Yeah. Peace.